Previously, we discussed what overclocking is, pushing your CPU or GPU beyond factory set limits to achieve higher performance. But today, let's dig deeper and explore the real question. Is overclocking really worth it? For enthusiasts, overclocking can be a thrill. Forums are full of users showcasing benchmark scores, discussing voltage tweaks, and comparing cooling solutions. But before you dive in, it's important to understand what overclocking can realistically achieve. Let's start with CPUs. While overclocking does provide a performance boost, most of the gains we have seen in processor performance over the years come from architectural improvements, things like optimizing logic pathways and shrinking transistor sizes, not just clock speed. When you overclock a modern CPU, you might gain a few hundred megahertz, which can help in CPU-intensive tasks like video encoding, rendering, or file compression. However, don't expect dramatic improvements in most games unless they're really heavily CPU bound, such as large-scale simulations or RTS titles. For gamers, GPU overclocking is often more impactful. Since most games rely on graphic card for rendering, a well-overclocked GPU can provide a noticeable frame rate increase, sometimes 5 to 10 frames per second or more. This can smooth out gameplay, especially during graphically demanding scenes. But it's not just about clock speeds. Overclocking introduces additional heat and power draw, which means you'll need sufficient cooling and possibly a more robust power supply. Extreme overclocks often requires exotic cooling solutions like liquid nitrogen, which are impractical for everyday use. And let's not forget diminishing returns. As you push your hardware further, the performance gains become smaller, while the risk of instability or damage increases. The good news is that modern CPUs and GPUs come with better overclocking tools and protections. Features like dynamic voltage management and built-in thermal throttling makes overclocking easier and safer than ever before. Plus, for many, it's not just about performance, it's about the challenge, learning, and the satisfaction of getting the most out of your hardware. So, is overclocking worth it? If you know what you're doing and keep your expectations realistic, absolutely yes. Just don't expect it to transform your PC into a powerhouse overnight. What do you think about overclocking? Share your thoughts below. And if you're new to this one, check out our previous video to learn the basics. Thank you so much.